Hi, beloveds. Welcome to your daily bibliomancy. I hope you are enjoying it as much as I am. And so, just to review, the books that I am sharing with you for this week's bibliomancy include Prospering Woman by Ruth Ross, In Search of Our Mother's Gardens by Alice Walker, Past Lives, Present Choices by Marthia Pangjiger, and The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And so today's reading is going to come from no other than The Alchemist. And so I was out on my walk, as I always share with you and give you an intro, and the page number came through and then the book. Actually, yeah, it was always the page number. It came through first and then the book, because I was like, what book is it? And so let me read for you today. And we're going to add on that layer of tarot and how this works. So stay tuned. So listen in. This is page 44, The Alchemist. The boy had been working for the crystal merchant for almost a month, and he could see it wasn't exactly the kind of job that would make him happy. The merchant spent the entire day mumbling behind the counter, telling the boy to be careful with the pieces and not to break anything. But he stayed with the job because the merchant, although he was an old grouch, treated him fairly. The boy received a good commission for each piece he sold and had already been able to put some money aside. That morning he had done some calculating. If he continued to work every day as he had, he would need a whole year to be able to buy some sheep. I'd like to buy a display case for the crystal, the boy said to the merchant. We could place it outside and attract those people who pass at the bottom of the hill. I've never had one before, the merchant answered. People will pass by and bump into it and the pieces will be broken. Well, when I took my sheep through the fields, some of them might have died if we had come upon a snake, but that's the way life is with sheep and shepherd. The merchant turned to a customer who wanted 3 crystal glasses. He was selling better than ever, as if time had turned back to the old days when the street had been one of Tangier's most major attractions. Business has really improved, he said to the boy after the customer left. I'm doing much better, and soon you'll be able to return to your sheep. Why ask more of life? Because we have to respond to omens, the boy said, almost without meaning to. Then he regretted what he had said, because the merchant had never met the king. It's called the principle of favorability, beginner's luck, because life wants you to achieve your personal legend, the old king said. But the merchant understood what the boy said. The boy's very presence in the shop was an omen. As time passed and money was pouring into the cash register, he had no regrets about hiring the boy. The boy is being paid more money than he deserved because the merchant, thinking that the sales wouldn't amount to much, had offered the boy a high commission. He had assumed that he would return soon to his sheep. Why did you want to get to the pyramids? He asked to get away from the business of the display. Because I had always heard of them, the boy asked, saying nothing about the dream. The treasure was now nothing but a painful memory, and he tried to avoid thinking about it. I don't know anyone around here who would want to cross the desert just to see the pyramids, said the merchant. They're just a pile of stones. You could build one in your backyard. You've never had the dream of travel, said the boy, turning to wait on a customer who had entered the shop. 2 days later, the merchant spoke to the boy about the display. I don't much like change, he said. You and I aren't like Hassan, the rich merchant. If he makes a buying mistake, it doesn't affect him much. But we two have to live with our mistakes. That's true enough, the boy said. And so that is today's bibliomancy. So I don't know about you, but I definitely got a gem in there. And it's deeper than we think. And so how I want to share that with you. And so I don't know what you heard. If you need to rewatch it, watch the replay so you can hear, because as I've shared, the thing with bibliomancy is each of us are going to hear something different. And so you just heard what I shared. And so we're just going to pull a tarot card for this page 44, and this principle of favorability, beginner's luck. So let me show you and just guide you to how bibliomancy and tarot go hand in hand, because it's so interesting. Both are called reading, right? And we've been taught that one is, one was for religious, spiritual purposes, and the other one was for something else. And so that's why bridging all of these gaps. That's why my work as the Black Psychic Librarian is so near and dear to me, because I'm bridging all of that spirituality and biblium, and and books and words and literature. There's so much more to it. So I've shuffled, and so remember I said that the principle of favorability, beginner's luck. And so here's our card, right? Ooh, this is a good one. And it's so good. It was really about those mistakes, right? Remember he said, but we have to live with our mistakes. And that shows up perfectly in the Devil card when we make a mistake. And so I'll be sharing more and more as we continue to the beginning of the year of how bibliomancy and tarot are a bridge to your higher self, to your inner muse, and unlocking your intuition. And make sure you sign up right now and join me for tomorrow's Step Into Your Future Self webinar. I'm going to be sharing so much, including a visualization and meditation to get you right and ready to set, and manifest in 2024, starting after the Mercury retrograde, okay? So make sure you sign up, and I will see you then. And until next time, beloveds, happy reading.